Hey folks, and welcome to CarStars' 10 Killer Facts about Elvira's 59 Macabre mobile Ford Thunderbird in the 1988 film Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Also, happy Halloween, everyone. Fact number 1. Only a single 1959 Ford Thunderbird, later dubbed the Macabre mobile, was sourced for use in the film. The car's acquisition came about due to a combination of budget constraints and Cassandra Peterson's personal vision for a ride that would match Elvira's horror comedy persona. While envisioning what Elvira's car should look like, Peterson spotted a Thunderbird while walking on Melrose Avenue in Hollywood and instantly knew that this vehicle embodied Elvira's signature style. However, the low-budget production could not afford a classic Thunderbird convertible, so they found a cheap and in rather poor condition 59 hardtop instead to convert into a convertible aesthetic by removing the roof and making further cosmetic alterations to fit the bill, which we'll get into more about later on. Fact number 2. Elvira's well-known T-Bird is powered by a robust 352 V8 engine, a standard offering for Thunderbirds of that era. This engine, part of Ford's FE series, was known for producing an impressive 300 gross horsepower. Paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission, this engine allowed the Thunderbird to deliver smooth cruising and power on demand. This powerful V8 was popular among Thunderbirds of the late 1950s, as it offered the ideal blend of American muscle and refinement Ford was marketing to its performance car-hungry audience. The beastly engine contributed to Elvira's car's imposing presence and solidified its role as more than just a spooky prop. It was a genuine powerhouse. The ample horsepower and 380 pound-foot of torque enabled the T-Bird to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in approximately 7.7 seconds. Such numbers put it solidly in the performance range for late 1950s luxury vehicles, balancing power and handling quite nicely. Fact number 3. The second-generation Ford Thunderbird, produced from 1958 to 1960, marked a significant shift in design and intent for the Thunderbird line. Moving away from the sporty two-seat roadster of the first generation, Ford transformed the Thunderbird into a larger, more luxurious four-seater, appealing to a broader market segment as a personal luxury car. This generation introduced an innovative square bird body style with pronounced squared-off lines and a wider, more substantial stance, giving it a bolder, more distinctive look. The second-gen T-Bird also pioneered unibody construction in American cars, which improved rigidity and handling while reducing the car's weight, an unusual and advanced feature at the time. This generation's design was so successful that it earned Motor Trend's Car of the Year award in 1958, the first time a vehicle from Ford had received this honor. Additionally, luxury touches like power steering, power brakes, and air conditioning added to the Thunderbird's appeal, aligning it with customer demands for style and comfort. Fact number 4. The prop department undertook extensive modifications to the 59 Bird to fit its role in the film, with one of the most transformative changes being the roof alteration. Originally a hardtop model, the T-Bird's roof was removed entirely to convert it into a so-called permanent convertible, matching the flamboyant, over-the-top style of Elvira's character and enhancing the car's dramatic silhouette on screen. This open-top design allowed the character to be seen easily from various angles, adding to the visual impact during key scenes. Beyond the roof, the car received a spiderweb grille, one of its most iconic features, giving the T-Bird a haunting look that captured the gothic aesthetic central to Elvira's persona. They also modified the interior, outfitting it with black and white leopard print upholstery to contrast with the vehicle's dark exterior. Other customizations included a barbed wire bezel rear view mirror, a chain-link steering wheel capped with a skull and crossbones, and a number of other ghoulish figures and emblems across the dashboard. Fact number 5. After filming concluded, Cassandra was offered the chance to buy the customized T-Bird. However, she chose not to due to practical concerns as the car was in poor mechanical condition and not even running at that point. Also, since it lacked a roof and Peterson did not have a garage to store it, it would have been an impractical purchase for her at the time. So, instead, the car was then auctioned off, though details on the exact timing and location of the auction are limited. It eventually found a new owner, Lynn Goldsmith, a rock and roll photographer. Although the auction details remain sparse, most likely meaning that it was a local low-profile transaction, the car's post-production ownership journey doesn't end there, and it's an interesting one that we'll dive into more about shortly. Fact number 6. Years after the initial aforementioned auctioning of the movie T-Bird, Peterson had an unexpected opportunity to reacquire the car that had become an iconic piece of the Elvira presence. When the owner, which was still Lynn, was preparing to move to New York in the late 1990s and could no longer store the car, she reached out to Peterson with an offer to sell it back. Peterson accepted the offer, reuniting Elvira with her former screen-used T-Bird. Upon reacquiring the car, Peterson took the T-Bird to renowned car customizer George Barris to revive and also enhance its gothic style. Barris and his team undertook extensive work to the car, adding several signature touches that transformed the T-Bird into the ultimate Elvira's ride, so to speak. Among these modifications were eyeball and skeleton hand accents on the top of the front fenders, a new spiderweb grille, and a hood ornament sculpted as a winged banshee in Peterson's likeness designed by artist Brian Cooper. Barris's team attached the sculpted grille, refreshed the chrome work, and restored the car mechanically back to full functionality as well. Fact number 7. In 2016, Peterson brought her custom T-Bird onto the History Channel show Counting Cars for another restoration. The car, which had already received its additional signature Gothic touches from Barris years earlier, was due for a refresh to keep it in pristine condition for appearances and events. Danny the Count Coker and his crew at Count's Customs took on the task of enhancing and restoring the car with some new features while preserving its iconic look. As part of the episode, they gave the Thunderbird a fresh paint job to revive its signature black sheen, which was essential to maintaining its dark, ominous presence. The crew also revamped the interior, reupholstering the seats in a tan leopard print fabric this time, a pattern consistent with Elvira's campy theatrical style. One of the most notable new additions was the custom coffin-themed trunk lining, which added a morbidly playful touch that suited her character's theme quite well. The restoration process included mechanical work to ensure reliable functionality and to stay roadworthy for upcoming events and fan conventions. In exchange for the car's refresh and further customizing, Cassandra appeared on Counting Cars as Elvira, making the episode a memorable crossover for fans. Fact number 8. Today, the famous custom 59 T-Bird is still owned by Cassandra Peterson. After reacquiring the car in the late 1990s and commissioning extensive customizations by Barris and of course the more recent 2016 Counting Cars restoration, Peterson has maintained ownership, preserving the car as part of her personal and professional legacy. The car frequently appears at events tied to horror culture and is often displayed at special exhibits, especially around Halloween. In fact, it was just featured at the 2024 Not Scary Farms Yours Cruelly Elvira exhibit, alongside other Elvira memorabilia like costumes, props, and her famous red couch. Its appearances at various fan conventions and themed events allow fans to experience this gothic piece of Hollywood history up close. Fact number 9. Following the popularity of Elvira's 59 Thunderbird, George Barris crafted a few replicas based on the original car, mostly for promotional use alongside the original. The replica cars were carefully designed to mimic all of the original car's modifications closely, to the extent that most people wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the replicas and the original. Barris's attention to detail ensured that these replicas maintained the high-quality craftsmanship and thematic elements of the original. In 2013, this authentic Barris replica of Elvira's custom 59 T-Bird went up for auction at R.M. Sotheby's, where it sold for $29,700. I'm sure some lucky fan was very happy to obtain it for such a bargain price. Fact number 10. As for scale models, Elvira's 59 T-Bird has had some official release scale replicas over the years, capturing its gothic charm for fans and collectors. One popular die-cast replica came from Johnny Lightning, which produced a fairly well-detailed 1/64th scale example. However, these are no longer on the current retail market and can sell for over $100 on eBay. And for model kit fans, there was this cool 1/24th scale release by Monogram back in 1988. These are no longer on the current retail market, but do show up fairly often on eBay, usually selling for around $75. If you don't mind something a bit more on the cartoonish side, but more easily obtainable, there is this small vinyl replica car and figure set by Funko Pop Rides Deluxe called Elvira and Gonk that is still on the current retail market for around the $35 mark. I will put a link in the description below to where you can get one of these for those interested. And for those of you who haven't seen it yet, I also have my own diecast car channel named Show and Tell Diecast that I display and detail my diecast models that I add videos to also. I will include a link to the diecast channel in the video description below for those interested. Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for watching, and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like what you saw here. You guys are all great. See you next time.